right, we will be starting in 5 minutes. We will be starting in approximately 5 minutes. If you have not found a seat, please find a seat quickly so that we can make sure that those in the lobby can make their way to a seat. So we will be starting in 5 minutes. Thank you.
till he climbed the cross and left my sin behind. It's what I needed. God's hand was moved.
Good afternoon. We are trying to get started as soon as we can, so if we can find your seats, and if there are seats that are open next to you, please shift so that our guests who are still in the line may be able to find a place to sit. So we'll be starting in about 120 seconds. All right, good afternoon. So welcome. How are you guys? Good. I'm Curtis Wright, and I have the great privilege of serving as the Vice President for Student Affairs and the Interim Vice President for Enrollment Management. And it is my great honor to welcome you here this afternoon to our inaugural Kente Stoles ceremony. You can clap for yourselves. So Kente cloth weaving goes back almost 400 years, originating in what is now modern-day Ghana. While each design and pattern and color of a Kente cloth represents its own theme or story, the Kente cloth tradition itself holds broader value to people of African descent living outside of the continent, displayed in honor of their ancestral heritage or as a symbol of overcoming the struggles of displacement. Your seat in this room today is directly linked to a shared struggle of our people and those people who came before them. Today, when you are presented your stole, I know your ancestors are smiling. Much like the rites of passage ceremony that most of you experienced on your first Sunday as a Xavier rite, today will symbolically mark an important moment in your academic life. A week ago today, Christians around the world celebrated Easter and the end of the Lenten season. Lent is a 40-day journey filled with tests, repentance, purification, and renewal. For those of you counting, there are about 41 days left before graduation. And while we celebrate today, there remains tests ahead of you. Yeah, you got to get through those finals. My prayer for you this afternoon is that you will take a moment and stand with unapologetic pride about the tremendous success that you've accomplished, and with immense gratitude for those families and loved ones who have invested in you, who have sacrificed for you, and who continue each day to pray for you. And I want you to know that they are not the only people praying for you. In fact, there's someone who prays for you every single day. And it brings me great pleasure to bring him to the podium to begin with our invocation. Your chaplain and our special assistant to the President for Catholic Identity, Father Victor LaRoche.
Thank you, VP Wright. Greetings. My invocation will be shorter because, VP Wright, you already mentioned Easter, but it seems to me that there are some people here who would answer to me when I say to them, Salam Alaikum. Yes, and I know that you are still celebrating Ramadan, so if you don't eat today, I will help you because you cannot eat during the day. Having said that, as VP Wright says, I have good news for you. The good news is that today, I just prayed in Thanksgiving for all of you in the chapel. And I have more good news. Each one of you, you may not remember that, you may not be aware of that, you receive a very nice gift today. And I'm not talking about the soul, no, mine doesn't look as well as the one you're going to receive. In the words of William Ward, American motivational speaker who died in 1994, he reminded us that God gave each one of us a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Now, math majors, feel free to check it out. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, it will add up to 86,400 seconds. Mr. Ward adds, have you used one to say thank you? One out of 86,400. So at this point, I'm going to pause, and I invite you to keep silence and say thank you silently to God or Allah or whoever the name of your higher power is, but also to give thanks to God and to thank those without whom we would not be here today. Graduating students and guests, as you give and receive a Kente Stoles, please remember to thank each other with a warm smile. Try to forget about the weather, about delays, about everything and anything that can come in the way of our spirit of gratefulness. And we continue to pray. God of many names and of infinite mercy, we gather during this Easter season. We gather during this time of Ramadan. We gather during this season of spring, time of rebirth, time of new beginnings, time of new hopes, with a spirit of gratitude. We anticipate the graduation of our Xavier seniors, your sons, your daughters, your grandchildren, your best friends, your babies who are now young adults. Praise God. Praise God. We give you thanks for the achievements, for visitors, especially the parents, the family members, faculty, staff, friends, and so many others present here, listening or watching. We give you thanks for their willingness to be good Xavierites, eager to follow the advice of our foundress, St. Catherine Drexel. Let us open wide our hearts. It is joy which invites us. Press forward and fear nothing. Let me say that again. Press forward and fear nothing. Can you say that with me? Let us all press forward and fear nothing to create what is so needed in our world today, a more just and humane society, day in and day out, wherever we may be. Let the church say, Amen. Let the church say, Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Earlier, Pastor Stephen said that this is quite the room where we would probably have a collection plate where we would start over here with those. We got 500 that they want to give. But we're not going to do that this Good Sunday. We're not going to do that today. But I am so thrilled that you all are here. And as I was getting ready today, I was thinking about what I would wear. And last night, so many of you showed up to the bounce walk, elegant and beautiful and seamless. And I wanted to wear some bathing because I felt was motivated and inspired. But I sweat when I sing in front of people, so I was afraid that those bangs would be down here would not connect to anything, much like the hair we're talking about here right now. So you hear what you got today. And I am, when you think about people and you wonder, how did they hold on to this?
I am always amazed when I look at our president because he's a couple of years older than me and he has every strand of hair still sitting there. So he might be able to tell you more about how he keeps his hair so lush, but I am so proud to be able to stand before you and introduce to you our president, Dr. Renaud Verrett.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a beautiful thing to see these faces. Special welcome to the family, to the friends who've come today to celebrate these young people. And a special welcome to my Xavierites who are about to leave us, but they're leaving us to go somewhere else to be of service, to be a gift to the world. Every year we renew this pledge to send forth brilliant young women and men to be a gift to the world. This is the day the Lord has made. The Almighty has actually given gifts to us, each of us, a rainbow of gifts, so many talents. And each one of us is called to put these talents to use in service to the world, to the neighbor next to you, to the neighbor who you've not met today. And that is a reason for living. The stole you receive, if you think what a stole is, when it is put on you, it is a calling. It is remembering of a calling and responsibility to be of service, to go forth and actually be the blessing that you are called to be as you have been blessed. And so today, it's a joyous day. Today we've waited for. It's a day I'm sure mothers and fathers and grandmothers have waited for more than you. But this is the day that you are called to be. And we will not weep when we send you forth. We will celebrate when we send you forth. And the world will be a better place for it because the world needs you. They need you. And they will have you. So let's have a great day today. Bless you.
I'd like to call up to the stage your SGA president, Muna Ugo. As Muna makes his way up to the stage,
I want you to know
that every
that
week
every
he sits in
week
my office in service to you, that 3 times a year he sits before the Board of Trustees, who serves as our president's supervisors, and he advocates for you. He explains to the board, to the president, to myself, to all of those who are trying to create systems that make it better for you. Sometimes he's hit with resistance, but every time he comes in with dignity and grace and truth and honor, and you are so proud, you should be so proud to have someone who is fighting for you every single day. So please join me in welcoming to the stage.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. Actually, a few minutes ago, before the event started, I asked Mr. Wright how best to open up this event. And I said I was going to use one of his favorite clinchers, and to make sure everyone laughs at the beginning. But I ended up going with this. The first thing that I wanted to say is, thank you, right? Thank you to Xavier. Thank you to the student body. Thank you to the community that has supported us throughout this journey. Xavier's given me an extraordinary honor to speak today. But, also the weeks of sleepless nights with physics tests, and, waiting for those grades to come in slowly. But also the thought of giving the address. And I noticed, when I got the email a week ago, I started to lose some weight. And I think, my suit fits a little bit better now. So, I stand before you today as your student body president, filled with pride and joy as we celebrate our achievements and look forward towards the future. I can't help but reflect on my experience as a 17-year-old international student from Nigeria. When I first arrived here, I felt like, a fish outside the water. But over time, I found my footing and discovered the true power of our education. Today, I'm reminded of our mission to contribute to the promotion of a more just and humane society by preparing our students to assume roles of leadership and service in the global society. And as we prepare to leave this institution, we must carry this mission with us wherever we go. The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future life. Education isn't just about, obtaining our degree that we're so happy to finally get, but also it's about obtaining knowledge that will prepare us for a life of leadership and service. It's not just about working hard, that's important, or working smart, but none of that matters without grace. I stand before you today as an epitome of that grace. The spontaneous, unmerited gift of the divine favor has guided me and many of us today throughout our journey. Personally, I remember my freshman year applying to over 10 summer programs, I know, overkill, and not hearing back or getting rejected from all of them. And I had a perfect GPA, and that's when it hit me. It's not just about working hard. It's not just about getting those good grades. It's the wholesome individual. And fast forward to sophomore year, I applied to another set of 7 research programs, still overkill, but I got into them. But nothing changed. My grades were the same. My personal statement was probably word for word the exact same thing. But do you know the factor that was different? Grace. Many of you may not realize, but this spontaneous, unmerited gift of divine favor has been with us, starting from the hurricanes that caused heavy disturbances and damages, to COVID that changed and shaped many of our college experiences, with the loss of loved ones, the uncertainty for success. Imagine having to take classes at home at 1 a.m. in Nigeria because of the time difference to make sure I meet those classes. But today I stand again with you because of grace, and that's why we are all here today. As we gather here to celebrate our achievements and culmination of years of hard work, I want to remind you also of something that's important, the value of failure. Many of us have been taught, to fear failure. It's a negative thing, and we fear it at all costs. But it's through our failures that we find our greatest opportunities for growth and learning. It's after you failed that drill test that you knew you had to study more. Or after you didn't do good on that paper that you realized maybe I shouldn't have started it the night it was due. But as Maya Angelou said, we may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. And Xavierites, you're not defeated because you're here today, sitting and me standing here. graduates of Xavier University of Louisiana, soon to be, we have been prepared for leadership and service in the global society. The ancient Egyptians believed in the concept of mat, which was the idea of balance and harmony in all aspects of life. We have to carry this balance and harmony into our roles as leaders and servants, not just for our own benefits, but for the benefit of others. The goal of education is not just to succeed in a career, but also to succeed in life. The Latin phrase carpe diem means seize the day. It reminds us to live in the present and make the most of every opportunity that comes our way. Something I've realized is that education is the passport to the future, because tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. And indeed, the education we've received here has not just prepared us, but over-prepared us for success, not only in our careers, but also our roles as leaders and service providers in our communities. Whether it's doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, teachers, doulas, nurses, philosophers, musicians, actors, and the list goes on and on and on. As Xavier graduates, it's not only to be educated in our major field, but to be prepared for continual spiritual, moral, and intellectual development. We must also strive to learn, to grow, and evolve as individuals so that we may better serve those around us. I've said the word serve more than 5 times already, but that should tell you that as Xavier, service is at the forefront of all that we do. But how do we navigate life in a world that's constantly changing and evolving? It's been a question on my mind, throughout this semester. I'm sure many people as well. Next steps, how do I make an impact in the world? Just one doctor, one pharmacist. How do we solve all these health equity issues and different factors? But it's important to remember that we're not alone in this journey. We have 300 or so of us here who can help us in this journey, and many more around the world. And so we're going to be able to, we also have our friends, we have our mentors, we have our family, and we have God who can offer guidance and support. We must be open to new experiences, new perspectives, new ways of thinking, because what is education without those? As we go forth from this place, let's not forget the power that lies within us. We are the next generation of leaders. We have the potential to make a positive impact on the world, and we must embrace our unique talents and abilities, whatever they may be, and use them to uplift others and continue to learn and grow throughout our life. Success is not found in the destination, but in the journey towards it. It's the obstacles we overcome, the lessons we learn, the people we touch along the way that truly define your success. In closing, I know I've kept you for a while. I urge you to embrace the diversity of our world, to be lifelong learners, to take risks and face failures. They only make you grow, to strive for a balance and harmony, to seize every moment. The great African-American philosopher W.E.B. Du Bois said, "The cost of liberty is less than the price of repression." As we move forward into a world as educated, empowered individuals, let us never forget the struggles of those who came before us, and let us use our education and our experiences to create a better future for ourselves and generations to come. As your student body president, I've had the unique opportunity to see excellence around me, surrounded through every student, through the executive board, through the people who I have served with in the class councils, and see greatness down here in these halls. And it's our time, Xavierites, to make sure that we finish strong, but also we step into the world and realize that we are there for a purpose. God has given us the grace and the favor to be able to walk in ordered steps, and it's up to us to make sure that we align ourselves with His vision and purpose for our lives. And with that, congratulations, class of 2023.
As Muna leaves us, he and his classmate Laney will be leaving this HBCU and going to the Ivy League with full ride scholarships to Brown University for a master's degree in public health. I now get to bring to you your Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs and Chief Inclusion Officer, Ms. Carrie Alexander, who has served as a mentor and who has been an architect to help us think differently about belonging and purpose. And she is going to give you some remarks. Ms. Alexander.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon and greetings. That's hard to follow. Muna is amazing, right? I can see why he was your SGA president. Well, greetings, Dr. Verrett, faculty and staff, distinguished guests, and prospective graduates. It is truly an honor to commemorate this moment with all of you. My name is Carrie Lee Alexander, and I am the Assistant Vice President of Student Affairs, Chief Inclusion Officer, and Deputy Title IX Coordinator here at Xavier University of Louisiana. Now, first and foremost, I certainly want to acknowledge that most of you being celebrated today have actually been at Xavier longer than me. So I just survived my second year here, and I want to give you profound respect because some of you have been here 3, 4, 6, Lord, 10. Some of you have been here, okay? But with that being said, I know I don't have to tell you that this moment is special. Congratulations. Since my arrival at Xavier a few years ago, I've had the pleasure of presiding over the rites of passage ceremony for incoming freshmen in August, when we officially welcome our new students into the Xavier community and honor their families as they close one chapter and boldly commence their next chapter as college students. But today, instead of sharing a few words to welcome students in, I've been asked to send you off as you close the book on your college experience and embark on this next phase of your journey. It is my privilege to commend each of you in this moment because even in my short time here, I've witnessed your resilience, your tenacity, your vulnerability, and your sacrifice. I have watched you survive hurricanes and glitches, shutdowns and setbacks. I've observed as you've won championships, broke records, presented groundbreaking research, testified in some of the highest offices in the land, and still had time to hold some of your peers and your administration accountable on fizz. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen you dodge traffic and make it from across the canal to Xavier South in time for your 8 a.m. class without breaking a sweat or losing an eyelash. I mean, I've seen you dance. I've seen you laugh. I've seen you create and inspire, all while navigating opposition, systemic oppression, societal inequity, and environmental stress. I've watched you thrive in ways your ancestors and the loving village sitting beside you could only have dreamed of. No, this is not a coincidence, nor is this luck. I've seen you fight for this. And some of you are still fighting. Yeah. So take in this moment. You deserve this, and I'm proud of you. And so for the next few minutes, it is not my intention to solely emphasize what I hope you already know, that you are brilliant, you are brave, you were built for this because here you are. No, for the next few minutes, unfortunately, I have to share some bad news with you. Now stay with me, I'm going somewhere. But because you are as special as you are, I think it's important for me to send you off into the world with a bit of additional insight. My first piece of bad news is this. I know many of you are preparing for end of semester assignments coming up, the extra credit reports, the research papers you have to complete. But as you upload your last documents to Brightspace and press submit on your end of the year tasks, it's important for me to let you know my first piece of bad news is that this is not your last assignment. No, I'm not just talking about those of you that are going off to med school and law school, graduate school, and clinical field placements. No, I'm referring to each and every one of you in this room. Beyond what you compose on paper in the next few weeks to confer this degree, you have an assignment. You have a greater calling on your life. You have a purpose and a destiny to fulfill. You have people you've never met that are waiting for you to become who you're meant to be so they can learn from you. You have a book to write. You have a business to start. You have a cure to discover. You have a generational curse to break. You have a community to impact. You have a life to change. And they're waiting for you to get there. So as responsible as you have to be in the next few weeks to complete your assignments here, know that this is not your last assignment. Be diligent. Be persistent. Understand your assignment and complete it. Now, for my next piece of bad news, in addition to your final assignments, many of you have to take final tests. After countless drills, pop quizzes, midterms, and multiple choice disasters, many of you will take out your number 2 pencil or your pen for the last time and proceed with extensive exercises designed to assess your content knowledge. And yet, I think you know where I'm about to go with this now. This is not your last test. You may face trials and tribulations up ahead. You may see chaos, confusion, and calamity. You may weather more storms of uncertainty, and you will know darkness, disappointment, and despair. You may meet heartbreak and betrayal in ways you never could have imagined. You may have people try you and tap dance on your last good nerve. Okay. And yet, it is important to remember that every test is temporary, that this too shall pass, that your heart will heal enough for you to love again, that you will make it from the valley to the mountaintop one step at a time. And so go boldly into that next test, knowing that you will make it to the other side. And for my last piece of bad news, as each of you begin the countdown to the celebratory moment on May 27th, when all is said and done, all assignments have been submitted and tests have been completed, you've made it to the finish line. You eagerly await your name to be called, and then you cartwheel or shimmy like a noob across the stage. I know. Mm-hmm. Now, I wouldn't be me, and this wouldn't be a religious institution if I didn't take you to church real quick, because for my last piece of bad news, I've always been taught that this is not your last finish line. Yes, you will rock across this stage and excel at so much more. You'll achieve so many more milestones and accomplish so many more of your goals. And yet, when it's all said and done, and they call your name at the pearly gates of heaven, then you will have reached your final finish line. And like the mothers of the church have always warned, once you get to that final finish line, you will have to give an account to God. Meaning, once you get there, you will have to explain to him how you lived your life on earth. You'll be held accountable and asked to justify why you did the things you did. What did you do with all that brilliance, gifting, and talent that was inside of you? How did you treat your fellow human beings that you encountered along the way? Who did you help without needing anything in return? Now, I know you may have quite a few things to say to God when you get to your final finish line, and I know you may have quite a few fingers to point because, God, did you see what they did to me? That's why I did what I did. I mean, context here is important, you know? But I hope when you get to your final finish line that you tell God that you used every drop of your potential, that you treated each person you encountered with dignity, humanity, integrity, and respect, that you made mistakes and fell down, but you were quick to admit your faults and always made things right, that you loved unconditionally and were humbly willing to forgive, that you had difficult conversations and that you told the truth even when it was hard, even when you were afraid, that you made an impact and helped people to meet the needs in your community, your strangers, and the world. That beyond Xavier, you completed your assignment and you excelled at every test. And so, I leave you with this. Now that you know that this is not your last assignment, this is not your last test, and this is not your last finish line, you have work to do. I'm confident that you're going to make it to May 27th, but beyond that, I pray for the strength, the courage, the grace needed for this journey up ahead. I pray for goodness and blessings to surprise you along the way. I pray that you find what and who your heart is searching for in this life. But ultimately, most importantly, I pray that you find peace. Thank you.
So we're going to be passing the collection plate starting in the back of the room and just bringing it on over. We like the kind that fold, not the kind that jingles. But thank you so much, AVP Alexander, for those amazingly inspirational words. And now you get to hear from another graduate. You all are going to go out and change the world and help repair the harms that have been caused to us, but some of you quite literally are going to be saving the world. And I'm so proud to bring to you today one of your graduates from our PA program, Gabrielle Simeon, who will be in just a few weeks delivering babies, healing the world. So please join me in welcoming Gabrielle to the stage for commentary from our graduate community.
It is with immense joy that I have the privilege to be educated by one of the handful of physician assistant programs at an HBCU, where I serve as president, and can stand before you all today to represent all of the many diverse graduate programs offered by our illustrious Xavier University, from public health to theology to education, among several others. Our university's founding dates back nearly 100 years, largely thanks to St. Catherine Drexel, and has only built upon that legacy, growing exponentially in the years since. Her spirit is one that I can only hope to strive to embody in my daily life, and hope we can all agree that her conviction is one we can all aim to emulate. I'm proud to be educated by a program and university that values not only practical competencies, but also social and cultural values. I'm proud of all the opportunities and choices that led me here today. I am proud to be able to receive a Kente Stoles today to commemorate and honor and respect within ourselves, our community, and most importantly, all who came before us to make this possible. And I'm proud to be a future alumna of just one of Xavier's several highly respected graduate programs. In my heart, I know that receiving a graduate education from our illustrious institution has instilled within me an intrinsic motivation to be a leader and role model in any community I'm a part of. My circumstances have afforded me a trust in my determination as a reliable compass for navigating obstacles, and I am confident in my ability to be a change agent and catalyst to combat all forms of inequity and intolerance. And that is the power of this place, the Xavier University of Louisiana. I truly hope the joy in being all together today reminds us that we're all part of a larger, compelling community, and that we can take that joy paired with determination to propel us through the next few short weeks to commencement. Thank you.
So now, standing here, Gabrielle will begin receiving her Stoles. So any graduate student and your family member who is with you on the first two rows, if you could stand, and our ushers will help you make your way up to the stage. So I'm going to ask our readers to come up. So as they're making their way to line up, what will happen is each presenter will take one of these stoles, and they will stole it upon their student. And then the student, we have a gift for you to give to that person for their support of your experiences. So I'm going to ask our readers and our folks who are helping on the stage to come up.
Gabrielle Simeon.
And your major is what?
Physician Assistant Studies.
One more time.
Gabrielle Simeon,
Okay.
Physician Assistant Studies.
Gabrielle Simeon. She's receiving a degree in physician assistant. She is being presented her stole by Ms. Carrie Alexander. Jada Huggins, Master in Speech Pathology. Jada is being presented her stole by her mother, Ms. Huggins. Malaya Mayweather, who is a candidate for Doctors of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Robin Mayweather. Tashika Thompson. Tashika Thomas. She is a candidate for a Master's of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by her best friend, Crystal James. Alfonso Johnson III, a Master of Education. Alfonso will be presenting his stole with Ms. Anitra Calvin. Ms. Dinka Howard. Ms. Yanka Howard, a Master's of Arts in Mental Health. She's being presented her stole by her mother, Mrs. Howard. Raven Garrett. She is a candidate for Master's of Arts degree. She is being presented with her stole by her mother, Miss Taylor. Andrea Priest. She is a candidate for a Master's of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Lynette Pierce. Dominique Washington. She is a candidate for a Master's of Science in Public Health. She is being presented with her stole by her sister, Miss Washington. Tulana Butler. She is a candidate for a Master's of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by her godmother, Miss Monica Forrest. Yasmin Gallion. She's a candidate for her master's degree. She is being presented with her stole by her fiance, Mr. Brandon Scott. Kiera Warren, who is a candidate for a Master's of Arts degree in counseling. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Mrs. Miller. Tiana Robinson. She is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her father, Mr. Robinson. Diamond Scott. She is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Wanda Scott. Charity Hilton, who is a candidate for a Master's of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Harvey. Imani Hill, who is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her grandmother, Miss Mary Hill. Yana Kelly, who is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her godmother, Miss Gloria Kendrick. Desiree Revilla. She is a candidate for a Master's of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her professor, Miss Melinda Handy. Taylor Shea, who is a candidate for a Master's of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mentor, Dr. Lori Taylor. Courtney Seals, who is a candidate for a Master's of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Deborah Seals. Asha Porges, who is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Tracy Porges. Sydney Cater, who is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Mona Cater. Malik Woodland, Master's of Pharmaceutical Science. His stole is being presented by his mother, Miss Stephanie Stringfield. Raven Cruz, Master's of Public Health. She's being presented her stole by her father, Miss Dwayne Cruz. Stephanie Duplichin, who is a candidate for a Master's in Speech Pathology. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Andrea Duplichin. Angelica Stewart, who is a candidate for a Master's of Science in Public Health. She is being presented her stole by her mother, Miss Stewart. Morgan Dejan, who is a candidate for a Doctor of Pharmacy. Her stole is being presented by her grandpa, Mr. Jimmy Dijon. Brittany Dooley, who is a candidate for a Master's of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her boyfriend, Mr. Clark. Haneen Darwish, who is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her father, Mr. Darwish. Kirsten Dees, who is a candidate for a Master's of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Celine Carter. Janavia Carter. She will be receiving a Master of Arts degree in counseling. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Carter. Aaliyah Antonea, who is a candidate for the Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Portia. Miss Purchase. Clover Moulton, who is a candidate for Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Loretta Moulton. Akila Rashid. She is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Rashid. Kyla Walker, who is a candidate for a Doctorate of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Layla Walker. Brittany Deja, who is a candidate for a Doctor's of Pharmacy degree. Her stole is being presented by Mr. John Smart, her uncle.
All right, so now you've seen how it works. So we're going to start with the next two rows of undergraduates. So we're going to end, for the next two rows, we'll stand, you'll come up, we'll have our readers. We'll have Miss Sierra. So you guys are going to come up now. The next set of readers. Who has the cards? You got the cards.
You let me read first. I get this over with.
Okay. You just tell me what you need.
We're gonna swap out. We're not gonna do what they did.
I ain't got no problem. Not from. Miss Alexa Jones, being presented by Miss Nicole Jones. Okay. Miss Naya Jeter Lockett, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Tanya Jeter, her mother. Tanijah Chestnut, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Shawana Chestnut, her mother. Miss Ayana Felicia Lee Williams, being presented for a Bachelor of Science degree, pre-med. Mr. Nelson Brown, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Mr. Isaac Brown, his father. Ms. Kalinia Holt, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Mr. Glenn Caston, her coach. Ms. Ayana Horn, who is a candidate for biology, Bachelor of Arts, being presented by her mother, Ms. LaShawn Horn. Ms. Tyler Webster, who's being a candidate for Bachelor of Science, being presented by her father, Mr. Tyrone Webster. Ms. Kirsten Williams, who is a science major candidate for Bachelor of Science degrees, being presented by her mother, Ms. Sherelda C. Dorsey. Ms. Marlena Robinson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by her mother, Ms. Bronwyn Robinson. Ms. Alexia Rodriguez, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, being presented by Ms. Monique Igana, her mother. Alexis Arnold. Okay. Ms. Alexis Arnold, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Ms. Valicia Adams Keelam, her mother. Ms. Madison Smith, candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, being presented by her mother, Ms. Devon Smith. Ms. Joan McCarty, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, being presented by Dr. Linda Henry McCarty, her mother. Ms. Kai Presley, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Kevin Presley, her father. Ms. Morgan Williams, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Mr. Ralph Williams, her father. Ms. Naya Murray, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Robbins Murray, her mother. Ms. Emerald Carter, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Deanne Carter, her mother. Deanne Carter, her mother. Okay. Ms. Tyresha Matthews is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Yamika Parker, her mother. Ms. Morgan Sinkfield, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Charlene Thompson Sinkfield, her mom. Ms. Kiara Johnson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by her mother and alumni, Ms. Desiree Octave. Munachimzo Ugoa is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Mr. Aking Tubuku Metzer. Ms. Toyin Hebert, who is a candidate for Bachelor of Arts degree, being presented by Mr. John Hebert, her father. Ms. Danya Horn, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Ms. Elise Adams, her friend. Ms. Ashlyn Stovall, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Ms. Haley, her sister. All right, Ms. Lauren Carter, being presented a degree for Bachelor of Science, being presented by Ms. Wanda Sullivan, a family friend. Ms. Deja Sullivan, being presented a Bachelor of Science in Biology, being presented by Ms. Latanya Prejean, her mother. Mr. Jalen Dent, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by his mother. Ms. Anaya Beckles, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Ms. Godfrey. Ms. China Valentine, being presented a degree for political science, being presented by Mr. Charles Marlin. And Ms. Ashlyn Boyd, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, being presented by Dr. Nikisha Pierre, her mother.
Gabriella Cotton, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stoll is being presented by her mother, Ms. Alice Baptiste. Rian Clayton, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree. Stoll is being presented by Ms. Tiffany Moore, her mother. Destiny Faith Joseph, candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science pre-law. Stoll is being presented by her grandfather, Mr. William Joseph. Victoria Howard, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by Ms. Tanaya Johnson, her mother. Ms. Nina Giddens, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by her mother, Ms. Christy Giddens. Jasmine McLeish, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by Ms. Rosa McLeish, her mother. Lainey Taboku Metzer, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by her mother, Ms. Tamu Tabuko Metzer. Jarrell Johnson, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by her mother, Ms. Shalinda Johnson. Ms. Mia Lanier, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by her mother, Ms. Tracy Lanier. Sarai Bartley, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by her mom, Ms. Roslyn. Ariana Hammond, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by her mother, Adrienne Hammond. Kayla Beatty, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her Stoll is being presented by her friend Kennedy.
So isn't this beautiful? Now, I don't know if you could hear my stomach growling because that is because I'm hungry, and when you're fat and your stomach is growling, you forget things. I forgot to bring up your senior class president. because she has remarks for you. And then after she finishes, we'll continue, and then we'll all go downstairs for gumbo and all the different things we have on the second floor for our reception. So please join me in bringing Bria Mays, your senior class president. And if Bria's presenter can join us, because she will be the next one presented. So Bria.
Hello, hello, y'all. It's so good seeing y'all. Everyone looks so nice today. So yeah, I'm Bria Mays, the current senior class president, and I'm just so honored to be here, standing before you guys on this momentous occasion. So we're all graduating from a historically black college or university, and I just want everyone to know how big of an accomplishment this is, because it's so amazing. And it means a lot to not just us, our family, our friends, and everyone. So just big congrats, very proud. So today, I believe, is just a testament to our perseverance. Today, we're celebrating our success, our honors, our achievements, and it's just a wonderful opportunity. So I'm really proud of us all and all that good stuff. So the Kente Stole, it's a big, big part of African American culture. The kente is more than just a beautiful cloth that we're wearing. It represents a history of our resilience, our perseverance, and our community that we come from. And so the kente cloth originates from a tribe in Ghana, as Dr. Bright said earlier. It's worn by kings and queens all across Africa. And it's used for a symbol of wealth and prestige, but today it's going to be a symbol of not only our culture and our heritage, but our accomplishments, our academic achievements, and all that good stuff. So the kente cloth, it's been put on a few of you guys already, and the significance and the beauty, it's just culturally just so amazing. So for us, the tradition, the identity, all of it, it connects us to our African American roots, the colors, the patterns, the different meanings of wisdom, bravery, loyalty. As we wear our cloths today, I want us to all remember the ancestry that it holds. And we're not just graduating from college, we're also carrying on the legacy of the Ashanti people from Africa and all of our ancestors. And so we're part of a culture that has withstood the test of time. And we know that because of this day right here, it won't be easy, but we've faced the challenges, we've faced the obstacles, we've faced the setbacks, and we're overcoming them, and our commitment to our excellence shows the resilience we have, not only just from us bouncing back from the difficult situations like COVID and everything, but it's about us taking those challenges and using that to grow and become the stronger, better people we know we can be. So that strength that has been passed down through our generations of African Americans and that now flows through our spirits and our hearts, I just want you to cherish that and just use it and take it on into our life as we go on. So I have a few words from a very, very black, wonderful president, Barack Obama. He once said that change will not come if we wait for someone, but for some other person or some other time, but we're the ones who we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. So as we continue to move forward on into our life, I urge you all to hold the lessons, the values, everything we've learned during our time here, and not only for the sacrifices who have all of the people who have come before us, but for the sacrifices that we have made and for all the opportunities that we're now going to be creating for ourselves. So we have to use our education, our culture, and just make that positive impact on the world. And so in closing, I want to congratulate everyone for our remarkable achievements, and today marks the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. And may these kente cloths serve as a reminder of our heritage, our achievements, and that resilience that we're going to carry on forward into the years that come. So thank you all, and I just want you all to know that I'm so very proud of us. I'm so very proud of you.
Brianna Mays, Bachelor of Science. Her stole is being presented by her best friend, Melody Scales. I'm just Taylor Varese, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Dominique E. Turner. Kiana White, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree, stole being presented by William White, her father. Whose card did I just read? Are you Destiny? Okay, Destiny Jones, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science. Her degree is presented by her mother, Lamitra Miller Jones. Sorry. Okay, so who is, okay, y'all need to probably, Ms. Godfrey. Ms. Godfrey.
What's your name?
Kaylin Cryer, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by her mother, Tamara McClung. Tamika. Oh, shit. Kaylin Moore, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Brennan Broussard, her uncle. You said Tamaya Washington, her chemistry pre-med, Bachelor of Science. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Marlena White. Gotcha. Radisha Monet Chambers, Bachelor of Science, Speech Pathology and Audiology with a Psychology minor. Her being presented by DeAndre Oakley, her boyfriend. Elise Tooks, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her best friend, Adriana. Brianna Carmichael, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science. Degree stole is being presented by Philip Carmichael, her father. Major Wren, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts of degree. Stole being presented by Tamika Wren, her mom. Kirsten Brown, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by her mother, Hazel Merriweather. Jalen Winston, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, her stole is being presented by her friend, Essence. What's her mom's name? Kylie Reyes, Bachelor of Science. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Dr. Lisselle Reyes. I know Drew. Drew Brookman, Bachelor of Science Psychology degree, minor in chemistry. Her stole is being presented by Pastor Mitchell Stevens. Oh, it is hot. Devin Macklin Jackson, Bachelor of Science. His stole is being presented by Dr. Veronica Macklin, his mother. You want to switch? Charisma Bell, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by her mother, Jessica Smith. Van Smith III, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. His stole is being presented by his mother, Kiana White. Sabira Smith, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Danielle Smith. Madison, she's a double major. Madison Smith, who is a candidate for a double candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree and a Bachelor of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by Dr. Christy Smith, her mother. Taylor Medlin, who is a candidate for Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Diantha Hendricks, her mother. Jillian Harris, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Joanna Harris, her aunt. Taylor Bennett, Bachelor of Sociology. Her stole is being presented by her father, Charles Bennett Sr. That was easy. What is that? Aaliyah Wells, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Shadika White. Urani Banks, candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by her mother, Danielle Bartley.
Monet Calhoun, who is a candidate of a Bachelor of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by Michelle Calhoun, her mother. Akila Jarrett, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by Quinn Jarrett, her mother. Alasia Cook, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Danielle Cook, her mother. Janae Thomas, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Rashonda Hiley Thomas, her mother. Oh, no, I was just making, okay. No, I got you. Sydney Shelton, who is a candidate for a Psychological Science bachelor's degree. Her stole is being presented by Courtney Smith. Precious Hanley Young, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. Her stole is being presented by her father, Travell Hanley. Carrington Keller, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mom, Tracy Keller. Elijah Storrs, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. His stole is being presented, by his mother, Danielle Stowers. Trayshawn Levi, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. His stole is being presented by Ms. Godfrey. Ms. Kyra Coleman, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree in Speech Language Pathology with a Spanish minor, her stole is being presented by her mother, Kara Coleman. Aaliyah Bell, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Jalen Williams, her friend. Jalen Williams, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's in Political Science. Her stole is being presented by Melissa Williams, her mom. Shonda C. Perry, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Sharitha Stinston. Kaylin Miller, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Cynthia Miller. Samaya Khan, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Zarina Khan. Aaliyah McKinney, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Starla Tanner. Kyra Deems, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Dr. Veronica Deems, her father. Portia Thompson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Kenya Hollins, her mother. Ayanna Prather, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Letitia Jackson. Tiana Dillard, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her friend, Trevana Jenkins. Carrington Watson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Ezra Pettis, Jr., her cousin. Carly Williams, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Mia Williams. Jasmine Nelson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Miss Bessie McGee. Sydney Boyd, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Ms. Brenda Bogart. Bobby Williams, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Biology degree with a dual minor in Chemistry and Public Health. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Dorothy Powers. Sydney August, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Robert August, her father. That's Sydney. Gracie. Gracie Kent, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Pamela Kent, her mother. Faith Lamille, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's degree of Arts and Sciences. Her stole is being presented by Charles Lamille, her father. Imani John Baptiste, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Arts and Sciences, is being presented by her grandmother, Magdalene Baptiste. Olivia Brown, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Cassandra Brown. Shelby LeBlanc, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her friend, Nyla Johnson. Joseph Will III, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree in history. His stole is being presented by his sister, Tamara Will. Katira Morgan, who is a candidate for a biochemistry degree. Her stole is being presented by Latrendra Spears, her mother. Nyla Hawkins, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Angela Garnett. Brandon Green, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science in Sales and Marketing. His stole is being presented by his coach, Coach AJ Williams. Sarah Curvin, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Elizabeth Curvin. Ayana Waddles, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Candace Threet, her mother. Jasmine Flowers, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Wilmer Broussard, her mother. Phillips Ologo-June, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree. His stole is being presented by his best friend, Evan Bell. Oh, they're doing a little thingy, a switcheroo. Yay. Evan Bell, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree. His stole is being presented by his mother, Miss Bell.
Ayodele Theard Lewis, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science. Her stole is being presented by her best friend, Kayla. Shakira King, who is a candidate for Bachelor of Science degrees, stole is being presented by Ayana Banks, her mother. I'm saying degree. Why am I saying degree? I said, why am I saying degree? Zoe Williams, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree. Stole is being presented by her mother, Sharon Williams. Did this one. Kenson Barnes, candidate for a degree of business management. Her stole is being presented by his grandfather, Reverend Theodore Williams. Lillian Pittman, science, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by Josephine Pittman, her mother. I hate all these handwritings.
Tamia Dayanari Porret, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Music degree. Her stole is being presented by Colitha Riley, her grandmother. Jordan Smith, who is a candidate for a Bachelor's of Arts degree. Her stole is being presented by Rhonda Heaston, her grandmother. Haley Myers, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Dr. Lee Myers, her dad. Chelsea Fuller, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Ikatri Fuller, her father. Cameron Sutton, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Phyllis Fuller. His stole is being presented by Phyllis Fuller, a family friend. Erin Frazier, who is a candidate for a bachelor's degree. Her stole is being presented by Naya Gay, her friend. Matthew Wilson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. His stole is being presented by Taj Bell. Okay. Miracle Williams, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Ms. Godfrey and is being watched and loved by the Williams Hall family. Bria Arnold, who is a candidate for the Bachelor of Science degree, is being presented. Her stole is being presented by her father, Mr. Clarence Coleman. Micaiah Nubai Lofton, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by James Lofton, her father. Breon Nevis, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Daryl Nevis, her father. Kayla James, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Her stole is being presented by Ms. Sharon Godfrey.
Ms. Malia Gabrielle Edmonds, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole being presented by Ms. Donna Villavaso Edmond, her mom. Ms. Angela Carter is a candidate for Bachelor of Science in Speech Pathology. Her stole is being presented by her mother, Ms. Michelle Carter. Ms. Vache Young, who is a candidate for Bachelor of Science in Arts degree. Stole being presented by male mentor, father figure, and coach, Coach Mitchell. Victoria Uduche, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by her mentor, Ms. Tony Alexander. Ms. Skylar Brown, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Coleman Cyrus, her mother. Colmanique Cyrus, I'm sorry, her mother. Mr. Ahmad Wilson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Gregory Wilson, his father. Ms. Diamond McCormick, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Michaela Lonan, her sister. Mr. Jordan Allen, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Randall Lee, his friend. Mr. Randall Lee, who is a candidate for Biology Pre-Med, Stowe, being presented by Jordan Allen, his friend. Ms. Zoe Trask, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, Stowe, being presented by Dr. Sharon Roberts, her professor. Ms. Janelle Davis, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Dr. Tyra Gross, her mentor and advisor, her professor. Ms. Kayla Kyles, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Dr. Tyra Gross, her favorite professor. Okay. Ms. Kennedy Drake, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Kieran Drake, her cousin. Ms. Tasha Cage, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Tanisha Young, her mother. Ms. Lashana Mars, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, Stowe, being presented by Ms. Godfrey. Ms. Takira Johnson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, her Stowe is being presented by Eranika Johnson, her sister. Ms. Sanaya Hicks Shaw, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by her boyfriend, Mr. Caleb Stevens. Ms. Latayla Lunford, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Mr. Gerald Lunford, her father. Ms. Taylor Torrance, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, Stowe, being presented by Sandy Torrance, her mother. Ms. Alexis Williams, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Amber Williams, her sister. Ms. Imani Buskin, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Betuan Orenius, her mother. Ms. Jana Ewing, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Casey Gray, her mom. Ms. Kennedy Neal, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science, being presented by Ms. Godfrey. Ms. Kalia Daniels, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, Stowe, being presented by Ms. Godfrey. Ms. Michaela Jacobs, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, stole being presented by Ms. Godfrey. Mr. Carrington Body, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Ms. Jaleesa Mangle, his friend. And Ms. Jaleesa Mangle, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by her friend, George. Oh, I'm sorry. It has Mr. George Mangle, her dad. Congratulations, Dad. Yeah, that's what y'all got on here. Yeah, come on.
Imani Anderson, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Ms. Demita Mason, her mother. Renaya Senegar, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Renaya Senegar, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by Rashida Taft, her mother. Valerie Wynn, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Eddie Acosta and her partner. Hala Otala, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Wissam Otala, her father. Brianna Williams, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by Demetra Garibaldi Williams, her mother. Cynthia Gibson, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by Ms. Roxy Gibson, her mom. Destiny Ellis, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by Latanya Ware, her mother. Blaze Pilat, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by her academic advisor and mentor, Dr. Michelle Bossier. Terrence Turner, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by his wife, Angel Turner. Amber Williams, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by Amanda Williams, her mother. Nadia Coleman, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, stole is being presented by Ms. Godfrey. Chloe Wynn, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by her sister, Mia Wynn. Sydney Ambrose, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by her mother, Tamika Jones. Abigail Cottrell, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by her mother, Abigail Cottrell. Jada Bazoo, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by her mother, Dr. Angela Bazoo. Kyle Salandi, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree, stole is being presented by his life partner, Brittany Hinkle. Adrian Thornton, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole is being presented by Adrian A. Thornton Sr., his dad. Taylor Joseph, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree, stole being presented by Marlon Joseph, her father. Ryan Sam, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by Mother, Mrs. Williams. Ebony Cornett, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Marquisha Graves. Brianna Davis, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Andrea Davis. Deja Russell Bannister, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by her sister, Miss Takesha Smith. Tanaya Elwa, who is a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by her mother, Miss Felicia Elwa. Fabiola Pierre, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by her father, Mr. Gerard Pierre. Katira Mitchell, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole being presented by Zakia Payne. Tiana Presley, who's a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree. Stole is being presented by Zakia Payne, her friend.
One last picture for the future Dr. Malia Mayweather, because we want to make sure that it was captured, and her mom. You survived, you are here, and the only thing that's going to stand between you and Gumbo, we have photo booths for those of you who want some candid photographs downstairs on the second floor. There's a great reception to follow, but I ask you to stay for 2 more minutes as I bring to you your Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs for closing remarks, Dr. Marguerite Jaguet.
While I had prepared some not very long remarks, but I do want to just say to you all, thank you so much for coming. This has been just an unbelievably fabulous event, our first Kente Stoles ceremony. And I know that you all have worked so hard, but VP Wright, I did calculate there are just 21 more class days, and there are exactly 41 days before commencement. So I hope that you all will take that light that you received as the rite of passage and pass it on to the world as you go forth after graduation, after commencement, and congratulations to you all.
You are dismissed. There is food on the second floor, room 205, 205C, 219. Please eat, drink, and be merry.